Hi, I wanted to get this information out to you all as soon as possible regarding week 2. I'm currently working on our schedule and I'm not sure I'm going to get it done timely before going to bed. I do want to tell you that this is kind of what it looks like, and I've made some changes for week 2. You have quite a bit of deliverables due for Sunday, and we have a shortened week. I know I've Zoom conferenced with Julie and Jeff, and I have a conference scheduled with Daisy, but wanted to make sure that you knew what was coming up. So for this week, you want to review PowerPoint 2 by Sunday. You have the basic tenants quiz that we talked about on Zoom, which is located in, all of this is located in Module 2. I'll bounce back to that in a second. So you have that to upload. I have created the place for you to upload that. You have Willingham, which is the book club. And I went ahead and put it into 2 different discussion board posts because each chapter focused on something different rather than combining them into 2. So I did adjust the points that they're 10 points each. So I did make that adjustment in the syllabus as well. So I added on, instead of 10 points per week, I gave you all 20 points per week. And basically you'll be doing at least 2 discussion board posts that would make up Blackboard, which helps you a little bit point-wise at the end. So instead of our class being worth, I have to look at it, sorry. I don't have it. Well, here it is. We were at 270 before when the book clubs were only worth 10 points. I made them worth 20 and we're at 320 points total. And that was the only adjustment that I made. Notice, because you do have so much due, I did waive the discussion board post for the PowerPoint, which is over motivation, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's one of the more fun PowerPoints to review. And so I thought we could just talk about that for a Zoom conference or a one-on-one, and you could get your 10 points for that. So don't worry about that at all for uploading anything. I did not create a discussion board post for this. I just am requiring you to read through that PowerPoint. So you'll do, the important thing here with the book club descriptions is you have to respond to your peers. 2 peers by the deadline. So not only do you need to make your initial post, but you need to respond to 2. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to June 4th as well, just to give you a few extra days. So you should definitely make your post, but you obviously can't respond to 2 peers if they haven't responded. So I'm going to make that adjustment here, and then I will also make that in our Canvas page. So again, most of the things are done on Sunday. This week being a short week with the holiday, I will go ahead and make that adjustment. So you still have the basic tenants quiz that needs to be done in the PowerPoint, and you want to have read chapters 1 and 2, which was originally due by this Sunday anyway. Make your post, and then be sure that you post to 2 of your peers by Tuesday, June 4th. Let me highlight that as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and have your Erie Part 1 due as well, Tuesday, June 4th, to give you a few extra days versus Sunday. Because each week thereafter, we have an Erie Part done. I've built it in, I just haven't written it out here. So really important. I know I just described it to you today. Please review the things in Canvas that will help you with that. But you do have an extra few days. So you actually only have really 1 or 2 deliverables, the quiz, and to read Willingham 1 and 2, make your initial post, and then be sure you respond to both your post, or have your initial post and respond to 2 of your peers, which is the whole class, by Tuesday. And then in Tuesday 2, you want to have your Erie Part 1 done. So let me jump over to Canvas and show you. So here's the PowerPoint. Here's the 22-minute overview of the signature assignment which will be review for both Julie and Jeff, and will be new information for Daisy. And I'd like you to see that before we talk and jot down any questions, because obviously this was done in Blackboard, not Canvas, and so I'm prepared to show you when we talk about Canvas and what's changed. The basic tenant articles you want to have read, the quiz description, and this is where you would actually submit that scanned copy of what you got. Basic tenets explained is for your knowledge. This is my teaching philosophy, which could or may help with Erie Part 1 and may not. You all are at a point in your program where you know your topics, or at least a subtopic. And then your book club 1 and 2 are the two new things I added today. I'm going to go ahead and go into those really quickly. This is an outline of key principles for chapter 1, and then I'm asking you to cite relevant examples of your personal teaching and how it connects to Willingham. And because it's book club, you do need to respond to your peers for that. Let me go back to this. Yep. Just making sure it is consistent. Yeah. And I thought that was highlighted. And then for chapter 2, very similar. I always hop back straight into modules, so I tell what week I'm on. Book Club 2, again, the Willingham textbook, or not textbook, but book, looks at certain principles, and then you're asked to just pick one that resonates with you and then respond to 2 of your peers. So even if they pick a theme, I'm so sorry, I've coughed on you all day. That doesn't, let's say you picked start early, but your 2 peers picked 2 totally different things, you still respond to them related to what they selected. So each of the book club points are now worth 10 points each, which includes your initial response and 2 responses of your peers, and that'll be consistent throughout the course. I did just copy the Erie Project Revised, which is also down here. If you scroll down to Erie Project Overview, this is only the part 1 though, it's not the whole overview, so if you want the whole overview, you do have to go down there. And then you go into Erie Part 1, and that's where you will actually submit your Erie Part 1. And again, that due date is June 4th at 11:59 p.m. So I wanted to make sure you all had that information because it is a lot of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and actually send this to you now, just so that you all have at least what I've gotten. But wanted to make sure, because I knew that I didn't have all that fleshed out. I still owe you a couple of deliverables, the literature review sample, which is part 2, and the rest of the schedule, which I will try to get done as soon as possible. But I am going to have to retire and rest because I actually have been working nonstop since I talked to you all this morning. And I promise that you all will be on my agenda for tomorrow, and I'll go ahead and email those things out to you, as well as the screencast. So I appreciate your attention, and thank you for your patience, and I look forward to having a wonderful session with you all. Have a good evening.